Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast. My name is Sloan Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly.
And we're back. Operative word there. I was off last week. I'm still not feeling, my eye's still a bit weird, but I had an eye problem. You can see that. For those of you watching on YouTube, I do apologize. Should have warned you. And for those of you watching on a podcast, why are you watching a podcast? Strange. So yeah, I was off last week, so I apologize for not uploading a video or a podcast last week. But that was the reason why, is because I was under the weather, basically.
Yeah.
Couldn't look at a computer screen.
Please send your love to Sloan.
That's right.
And your get well messages, because he's hurting. He was actually in Prometheus. If you see, the scene in Prometheus when the wee thing crawls his eye. That's what his eye looks like right now. If you see a close up.
The funny thing is, it actually feels like that too.
I hate that scene.
I'm not a fan of it either.
No.
But it feels like that as well, because it just
imagine. Anyway, you've got a sty. It's a sty.
It's a sty. Yeah, it's a sty, but it caused me great pain It was like Saturday night. It was starting to get a bit weird, and then Sunday was just like I can't look at anything. And even now, I've got my glasses on. Like normally, I can see things without my glasses, but this makes it a little bit clearer, so I can actually make out like you're not just a pink shape.
Me, Mr. You call me Mr. Blobby?
No.
Yeah.
Before we start, don't forget to subscribe, to like this video, hit the notification bell. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment below if you want to check us out, and I'll put a link below for the merch.
We've got merch.
We got merch, because obviously if you have a YouTube channel, you gotta get merch. So we got merch.
Yeah. Even though we're hemorrhaging viewers.
That's right. Yeah, it's fine.
We're not going anywhere.
No, we're not. Can't get rid of us that quickly.
I can't guarantee we'll get better, but
algos.
We're going to be here forever. You might as well buy the t-shirts.
Exactly.
And follow us and share and tell your friends and all that jazz.
That's right, yes. And if you're here from my other YouTube channel, welcome. We're going to talk about popular culture and all things Disney.
They own everything.
Disney does own everything. I think we talked about this before, but in Cloud Atlas, the book Cloud Atlas, they refer to movies as Disney's because it's set in the future. Because Disney owns...
I've seen the film in that.
Haven't you? It's actually really good.
Is that the one with Tom Hanks?
It is, yeah.
I have seen that one. Do you know, I'm getting mixed up with the other one that they did.
Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah, that one. No, I'm getting mixed up with the... Was that the Wachowskis? What do you call the brothers?
The Wachowskis, yeah. It's just the Wachowskis now.
Let's not go there. What? I don't even know what to say anymore.
It's the Wachowskis. That's their name. They're known as the Wachowskis.
They were the Wachowski brothers, but anyway, they're not anymore because they've become ladies.
Yes.
Did they do Cloud Atlas?
Mm-hmm.
They also did the one.
Yeah, I think
Jupiter Ascending.
Jupiter Ascending, yes, where he plays a dog.
That's the one I've not seen.
The Channing Tatum plays a dog in it.
Perfect casting.
Sure. His nose is wet most of the time as well, so I guess.
Have you touched Channing Tatum's nose?
No. Well, that's how I got the eye.
He's nuzzled into your eye. Oh God! Especially in this climate. COVID.
You're a master.
A wet nose to the eye would give you COVID.
Or a sty, which is what this was.
Yeah, he's not got COVID. He's got a sty.
A sty. It is a sty. Although because you're wearing a mask, people just look at your eyes now and folk go, "Ooh."
Oh, what the hell's wrong, man? That's true.
So it's not good.
I took Danny for his first haircut.
Haircut.
Evelyn had been cutting everybody's hair, as you can see.
Nice haircut.
Yeah, and we both got our temperature taken. That was the first time ever.
Really?
The old beep. on the forehead. Yeah.
I got it done at the hospital. Not the hospital, the doctor's office.
Oh, of course.
Because just sit there and scan all that kind of stuff. But they have weird rules as well. So they have, well, I mean, it's not weird rules, but they have a rule that says, okay, you're not allowed to put any personal items on the desk. So you go to the counter and they've got the perspex. Well, in any doctor's office, they've got that glass. They've now got glass and perspex, so it's like a double barrier. It's like you imagine Ted Moult to come out, fit the best, fit Everest, because they've got that double layer barrier now.
Double glazed.
He's got the feather floating down like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so there's a big sign up there that says, "I've got a point." That says no personal items on there, including cell phones and handbags. And so there's a woman in front of me being served, and the receptionist says, "Oh, do you have your medical card? Because you need to have in Ontario, as every other province and territory in Canada, if you are a citizen of that particular province, then you get free medical care when you go to a doctor. But you have to prove that you live there, so you have a medical card." So she's in her bag looking for this, and she can't quite balance it because she's looking at it with both hands, rather than like putting one hand underneath it and then using another hand to go like that to make a spell.
Which is the perfect technique. Yep. If you're Harry Potter.
Yeah. And she just goes, fa-boomf, puts it on top of the counter and just rummages through the bag. Not one word from the receptionist. And I'm like,
get your personal belongings off.
Yeah. See,
as things get lifted, though, people just think we're back to normal. Because Evelyn was looking at, it's one of her friends, I wouldn't name names because I don't know who it was. But but there's a big, it was like their 21st, their son's 21st birthday party, and it was a photograph of everybody that turned up, all in a big group, all shoulder to shoulder, all holding each other's bags,
rubbing each other's wet noses in their eyes.
Yeah, all that stuff, all that good stuff. Yeah, it's not over yet.
No, it's not. Sadly, it's not over, and there's a few stories.
We don't want a second wave, man.
No, we don't want a second wave. I don't want to do this again. I'm done with it. It's like,
I'm done with it.
Let's get through this one, because this is quite frankly sucked, and then let's not do it again. Let's figure out a better way to do this.
This is like the worst episode of Black Mirror ever.
It absolutely is. It is. But that being said, you can buy merch from the link below. Just let you know.
I'm still waiting on my print.
I don't know. Jody's got there.
Although I want a different colour, though. I don't want black. I want.
No, there's different colours. You can get different colours. Yes. You can choose what colour you want, size, everything. I think it ships as well from Europe as well, so you don't have to wait inordinate. That's easy for me to say. Amount of time for it to get delivered. But if you live in North America, it did take about 3 weeks for this one to arrive. So
don't undersell it, Sloan. I want pastel blue.
Oh yeah, we've got that.
Samarti.
Do we have that? I think we have got pastel blue. Yeah.
I think so. I looked at the colours.
Yeah. There's an orange, a blue. There are different colours. If there isn't a pastel blue, I'll add one. Okay. Easy done.
I'm pretty sure there is, because I looked at the colours and I thought
electric, which is nice.
That one would set off my eyes.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. The red one certainly sets off my left eye.
Yes. Because it's like a red ring of fire.
Honestly, I walk in
the shop
now and all you see is the eyes and folk going,
Yeah, I did that as well when you showed me the photos.
I know.
Just don't come too close to the camera.
You'll be fine. You get the camera.
No, I just don't want to see it. So.
Oh right, okay. All right, fair enough.
Throw up my mouth, As much as I'm, care for you, I love you and all that,
That's fine.
I don't want to see it.
It's okay.
Just saying.
Anyway, now that we've been off work, so to speak, off the podcast for 2 weeks. You must have built up quite a viewing. You haven't prepared for this, but again. You don't have a
You would
list.
think so, wouldn't you? I've been busy.
All right. Oh, actually, you have been busy because you did the Clutha Vaults. You were part of Art Pistol,
Yeah.
and you did the Clutha Vaults
And I
mural.
finished it now. Yeah, we did speak about this
Good.
the 2 weeks ago. Finished it. My part's all done. The other artists are still kind of scribbling away. Although I look at mine now and go, maybe I could go back do another, but no.
Watch out.
So yeah, the other artists, there's 11 other artists, I think.
Oh,
I think I said there was 11 in total, but there's
Mhm.
12 in total, including myself.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a great wee project. I had 3 panels to do, which I did. They were 3 meters wide by 2.5 high. I met another artist on the right hand side of me when I was finishing mine off. They were kind of starting theirs. I think he's still working away on it. He said he'd be there for weeks.
Oh, did he?
Really? Yeah. He also told me that he'd spent £160 worth of materials before he started. And I'm like, what?
See, that's why you do like a grayscale one, because then you just need to buy a black tin of paint and a white tin of paint.
Yeah. That's probably maybe why they did it in the first place. The grace, because it was all black and white in the first place.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done my bit, and there's a few other people still to finish. A few people still to start, I think.
Oh, right.
I'd quite like to see what it looks like just now.
Yeah.
I might pop up to Glasgow and have a wee look and see, because it's a really good project, iconic, and I am very proud to be involved.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a cracking idea, and
Oh, it's fantastic. It's great
really nice
to be involved in it.
visual as well. Yeah, that's cool.
It's Art Pistol Projects. They organised it, and they're doing loads of stuff like that around Glasgow. And I've been working with them for years for gallery.
Yeah.
Art Pistol, give them a big shout. Cresswell Lane in Glasgow, which is a continuation of Ashton Lane and just off Byres Road.
Cresswell Lane. Okay. Yeah, I know where you are now. Yeah. Sweet.
Cresswell Street as well. Anyway, just off Byres Road. Anyway. Great gallery, and they do these projects, and it's a pleasure and a privilege to be in it.
Cool. So have you watched anything? So
oh God,
have you watched anything?
We've watched a lot of old stuff actually.
Okay.
Recently, we have been watching. Well, we watched Prometheus because of your eye. Kick up. We thought.
I'm glad my pain can be your muse.
It had crossed my mind for quite some time. I hadn't seen it for a while because I think we spoke about it with James and stuff. I thought, God, I really enjoy that film, and it gets a bit of hate,
Well, it's because we don't understand why she can't just run to the left.
Yeah, there's a couple of things like that in it actually when you watch it now. But at the same time, it's still good, and they took a sidestep from the original Alien, which I thought was a great idea, and I thought it was an interesting kind of premise, looking for the origin of man from from
like
cave
that
paintings that we've all seen it. Cave paintings showing looking up to something in the sky, and it all points to. I think the
engineer.
It's a puzzle that are on these cave walls that they kind of put together, and they discover where it's all coming from, and that's when they end up going to this planet. And I thought it was a great idea. And then I remember when the film finished, and I thought, God, I can't wait for the sequel, because she says, I don't want to go home. I want to go where they're from. Yeah. I was like, yes, please. Let's carry on this mystery,
I
got bottle it in the next one, though.
Oh, do they? Oh, is it just because
you not seen the next one?
No.
You not seen it?
I saw the trailer for it, and I'm like, it just looks like Aliens.
It is. They totally bottle it. They just go back to square one instead of going the path of. I mean, because it's called Prometheus, it's not called Alien.
Yeah.
They decide. I don't know. I don't know if it was the backlash or whatever it was, but they end up going down the route of another Alien movie instead of pursuing this interesting thing they'd set up, Prometheus. But anyway.
Because I thought it was going to end up being like a kind of Arthur C. Clarke's Rendezvous Rama type thing, where
I thought they were going to go down that kind of.
You keep these more and more advanced aliens until eventually you get to the big eternal alien, and you're like,
well, it's not even that, Sloan. It's it's like it's not about that. It's Prometheus is really the engineers are not the aliens. The alien is a kind of parasite, and whatever it goes into, it becomes the half that thing they've went into and half it.
Yeah.
The engineers they were pursuing the engineers, and I thought that was a really interesting thing, and it was going to be like a mysterious Arthur C. Clarke kind of Stanley Kubrick type, mythology they were going to create, and I thought, oh God, this is going to be great, but they never did it, so they bottled it. Anyway, I really enjoyed Prometheus again. Great. We had a double bill actually. We double bill because I can remember names all the time. And then when I come on to this bloody podcast, I can't remember names. I'm going to have to ask you again. The android, David.
What about him?
Actor.
Oh, right, Michael Fassbender.
Oh, God's sake. Was it Michael Fassbender?
Michael Fassbender, yeah.
Right, anyway, because he was in it, I was like, that's Evelyn. I was like, I'm in the mood for watching
Assassin's Creed.
Inglorious Assassin's Creed. Inglorious Bastards. Because I think that's one of his greatest roles that was in. So we watched that as well.
This one?
And, yeah, exactly. Yep. Last scene.
I know. Just give us 3 glasses. 3.
The
guy just goes completely cold.
We were about an hour and a half in, and I thought, I didn't realise how far we were into the movie. And I looked, and I was like, God, we're an hour and a half into this, and I was like totally immersed. And it did not feel. It felt like half an hour, and it was like almost over. It was like, wow. So many great set pieces in that movie to talk about that we've talked about before. I know.
In the top 10s, top 10 villains.
Yeah, and maybe that's why I've started kind of flicking through these as well, because of what we've been talking about. Hans Landa.
They're good. Aid memoir. Memoir, is that the right phrase? I can't remember. But they're a good jumping off point. I think the top 10s, because you go. I think James has mentioned it as well. That he's going, oh God, I need to watch some of these movies.
And then if you mention something and then James mentions something, and we're like, oh God, I've watched that for ages, or I've never seen it, or whatever. It's always good. Watch your top 10s. They're fantastic.
Yes. Yep, one coming up next Thursday.
Yep. And we get a special one coming up, I think, haven't we? James's.
We haven't recorded it yet, so that's why.
We haven't recorded it yet, but yeah, stay tuned.
I don't think we're settled in the top 5. We're going to go. The other thing is we're going to move to top 5s as well, because the top 10s are taking far too long.
I know, because we ramble so bloody much.
I know. So at least
which is good, but
I
think for YouTube, the rambling is not good if you've not got that many subscribers and viewers.
Yeah.
If we have more viewers and subscribers, we can ramble more.
Maybe we'll go once again.
Yeah. So we did the cinema night as well not last night, Friday night. We watched another old film, Shazam.
Oh yeah,
you probably have you seen it?
No.
Which is DC kind of nod to Big, the Tom Hanks movie. The little guy turns into an adult, stuff like that. What an absolute joy that film is, by the way.
Was it?
I saw that in the cinema with Danny, and it's pretty dark as well, but it's very funny. It's very charming. The villain, Mark Strong, I remember the actor's name.
Hey! He plays
Mark
the bad guy in several movies, and he also plays Merlin in the Kingsman movies.
Yeah. He's a great actor, and he's brilliant in that. He's always strong as an actor. And it's just a joyous film. It's heartwarming, it's sad, it's joyous, it's exciting, it's just everything you want in a film. Kind of reminds me, I think he was in Kick-Ass as well, wasn't he, Mark Strong?
Was he?
He was, yeah. He was the dad, the bad dad.
Was he?
Aye.
Oh, McLovin's dad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who that guy's name is. Yeah. I think it's Christoph von Platz or something, but forever he will be known as McLovin because...
No, totally. Superbad.
Yeah. Because no one can remember Christopher von Platz or whatever his name is.
I don't think he's been in much recently or anything recently.
No. He was in Role Models, I want to say.
I think he was. That was a while ago.
Yeah, that was a
long
time ago. Yeah, that's true.
Paul Rudd and...
Yep. Sean William Scott. Williams. Well, I don't know what his name is. What's his name?
Yeah. It was in
Welcome to the Jungle with
I know that.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
In American Pie.
Yeah, he was. He was Stifler.
Yep. Yeah. So Shazam, see it. The side movies seem to be DC's side movies seem to be better than their A-listers. You know, I mean, Wonder Woman was fantastic, but
maybe they're just not good at A-listers.
I don't know. I'm intrigued to see Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League, I must admit. But,
coming soon, HBO.
Yeah.
Or HBO Max, whatever.
How soon though? Because I mean, God, everything's getting delayed, which is another story.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter because it's streaming, so it's not going to be in the cinema.
Yeah. No, I know. Aye, but they've still got to edit it, and like you were saying, we're talking about.
I think it's done. I mean, that's the point, isn't it? He's got a cut of it.
No, he doesn't. He's spending like $70 million to finish his cut of the movie. Yeah.
So he's getting $70 million from Warner Brothers.
I don't know where it's coming from.
Sick. Sorry.
Zack Snyder on the phone.
Yeah, it is. It's it.
Beat it, Zack.
Yeah, beat it.
We'll decide. Just wait till Slug takes this call.
Yeah, sorry about that. My daughter. I should have mentioned before we did all this talking of movies and TV shows that we watch, but Sam's actually in the UK just now, talking about all this COVID-19 garbage that's going on.
Told me that.
Yeah. So we booked it to come over ages ago because we weren't all getting across. So we booked it to come across, and she was supposed to be coming across for the entire summer. And obviously that fell apart. And so she's gone across for 5 weeks, which means that she has to self-isolate for 2 of those 5 weeks. So she's currently holed up somewhere in Scotland, not talking to anyone.
Undisclosed
location, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a wee bothy apartment or something. It's near Skyfall, Glencoe. She's just purely singing Adele songs.
The Salmon Assassin, is that what it is? She's allowed out of the country, but you're not.
Sam Assassin. Yeah.
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 Well,
the reason why is because I don't have in-laws that help pay for a flight. That's why.
Oh well, fair enough. Not the favourite one then.
No, I'm not the favourite one. No one wants to see me.
It's probably because your eye.
Because of my eye, more than anything else. Imagine turning up on a flight with this. Jesus.
Exactly. You need a bloody eye patch.
Well, I've got one of them.
An eye patch and a mask.
An eye patch and a mask and dark glasses as well, because the way the compensation works is now when I go outside, both my eyes really hurt when it's bright light.
Oh my god.
So I basically just look I look like Carlos the Jackal. So I've got the one eye patch and that, and then the hat as well, because it actually helps. It's like, to get your helmet, buddy. I've got that there so that it stops ambient light getting into my eyes. I'm just a mess, basically. I'm just the last
probably
week.
Actually, you probably as well just wearing bandages over your whole head with the hat, with the dark glasses. You'll look like the Invisible Man.
Then people will think I'm Chevy Chase, and that's a terrible idea.
Probably not.
No, you never know.
Will I continue?
Yes, absolutely.
After that digression. So anyway, it's a bit of a revelation. Anyway, Sam's over. But anyway, Shazam, brilliant. Watch it. Great. Then we watched probably one of the worst films I've ever seen in all my life, potentially. I can't remember the name of it. Not true. Secret Life of Pets 2.
Oh yeah. Where Louis C.K. has been replaced by Patton Oswalt.
Oh, was he in the first one?
Yeah, he played Max.
Oh, was he?
The first one.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that. But the first one was like pretty much a rip-off of Toy Story.
Yeah.
And this one is the same but worse.
Ah.
There's no story. No, like, you don't care about the characters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Harrison Ford's in it.
Is he?
How the hell did that happen? He doesn't need a paycheck like that. He couldn't have read the script. He must have been literally dialing in.
He dials in everything. Did you see him in Rise of Skywalker?
No, he doesn't.
He didn't even cut his hair.
No, he doesn't. No, I liked him in that, and I loved him in the last Blade Runner.
I love that you look at Rise of Skywalker through the rosiest of tintiest of glasses, and I look at it.
Listen, we have the same effect, the same opinions, but of opposite films.
Yeah,
I've got the same opinion about Last Jedi, and you've got the thing about Rise of Skywalker. We'll never agree, but who cares? You know, I'm not right.
Being a Star Wars fan,
I'm not right. You're not right. You know,
yeah,
it's our opinion. Whatever.
But we are right about the prequel trilogy.
Yeah, we are. Although, you know, like we said when we were kind of talking about the worst Star Wars films and stuff, it's not like we hate on these movies. We're just saying it's at least one of our favourites, you know. There's still redeeming features.
No, I hate Phantom Menace.
There's redeeming features. Darth Maul, you can't say that's bad.
You biscuit in, honey. Storm's coming. Remember her?
Oh, you had to say that, didn't you?
No, to this day, I don't know.
Who was that woman?
I don't know. Never saw her again. Storm's coming, Annie. Biscuit in. What was all that about?
Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, with the dreadlocks. I mean, I still to this day don't know if it's because she saw Qui-Gon's blaster it was the cop. It was McLean coming off the plane in Die Hard where the guy sees the gun and he's like, oh.
You always have to go back to Die Hard, don't you?
That's a decent movie.
That is good. Very good. Die Hard 2, isn't it? Though?
No, Die Hard 3 is amazing.
Yeah, Die Hard 3 is amazing. Yeah.
I like 4 as well.
I never saw ones after 4.
No, the fifth one's awful. That's the one where they go to
Top
Chernobyl.
5.
Yeah, it's not good.
Went to Chernobyl.
Let's not bother talking about that garbage. You're on the red strike. Not that we're advocating anything here or advertising, because people get into trouble for this.
No, I'm not in that case.
Corporate shills and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's not like we're promoting merch or anything.
I think you're allowed to do that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There was a. Oh yeah, Secret Life of Pets.
Secret Life of
Awful.
Pets 2.
Absolutely awful. No redeeming features
So
whatsoever. Didn't even look that good.
there was two big movies. There was two big movies that came out over the last wee while on streaming only. Not two big movies, but there was a lot of pomp and pageantry around them. One was Eurovision, the story of the Ballad of Buster
Nice.
Yeah, Fire Saga. And then the other one was Hamilton. Have you seen either of those movies yet?
Yeah, we've spoken about Eurovision.
But you haven't seen Hamilton yet.
No.
Why?
I started watching it. I did start watching it, and then it was a bit late. So.
Too many songs.
No. I started watching it, and I was going to watch it, but it was getting a bit late, so I never finished it.
Is it because he swears within the first five words? And you're like,
I will get
enough
back.
for me, no more filth.
I will get back to it. We did watch Frozen 2, though. Have I spoke about this?
No, why?
Oh,
I could have told you about that.
That's the second worst film I've seen this year. It's awful.
Talk about movies with no story.
That's bad. That is a bad film.
I mean, literally nothing happens in that movie.
It's a bad film.
No conflict, no bad guys, no nothing. It's terrible. I know there's movies out there with conflict. There's nice movies like Lost in Translation. There's no baddies in that. There's no goodies. But I'm talking about if you have a formulaic Disney movie about good versus evil, have good versus evil.
It's generic. It's formulaic. It's all those things. It's horrible.
The songs are bad, which is an even big criminal injustice. I mean, you have some great talent in there. You've got Idina Menzel, Kristen Bell, and John Groff, who are all fantastic singers. And even, what's his face, Josh Gad as well. And his song is Garbage Samantha, or whatever it's called. What was all that about?
Oh, the Snowman guy.
Yeah.
I thought his one was good. Again.
Awful. There was so much eye roll in there, I actually broke my eye.
The only funny bits in it are still the Olaf the Snowman. Because somehow he's immune to. I think that was the first one. He was immune to sunshine now and stuff.
Yeah.
But they did quite a funny wee song in it. But overall, rubbish. I thought it was absolute rubbish. It's not. I know it's not catered for us.
No, I know.
Middle-aged
not for you
men and all that. You know what I mean? It's
I like Frozen though. I mean.
I thought it was okay actually. Yeah, I thought it was alright. Frozen 2
story in
cash in, complete cash in.
Yeah.
Danny liked it. I was like, and he doesn't really like kind of songs.
And I remember when we were musical theatre.
When we first watched Frozen, he looked at me and went, "Singing again," right? And I'm like, "Yep."
So the funny thing was when we first started watching it, so it came up with the Disney logo, and I started singing the "Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya," the Norwegian ice fishing chant song thing they've got at the start of Frozen. And Sam goes, "They don't do that in this one. I swear to God." It went boonk, hey ya. It's the exact same start. I was like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Well, he said, my son, he's 8 years old, and he said he preferred that one, hands down.
Really?
Second one. Eh?
Oh God, no.
I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. No, it was not good.
Didn't do that even. Right. No, I was like, you need to watch some Star Wars, son. This is not good.
Just
The good Star
the
Wars.
original ones.
Yeah, good
Episodes
stuff.
4, 5, and 6.
Oh, talking of which, have you seen the new 40th anniversary for Empire Strikes Back? The wee Star Wars Adventures animations that Disney are doing just now.
Well,
There's a 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back one. It's absolutely cracking.
I have not seen any of these.
Yeah. And I might stick my neck out and say they're on Disney Plus. I'm not 100% sure, but they're just little tiny animations. It's like a 5 minute animation of the story of the Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, really?
In anime style. They're absolutely dynamite. There's anime, sorry, anemic.
Anemic style. It's very white.
Yeah, anime.
A lot of iron in it.
Anime.
Anime. An enema style.
Yeah.
That was Frozen 2.
Yeah, they're fantastic. So hats off them for that.
Cool.
We've watched other things, but I'm not willing to divulge.
So yeah, this week I have been not actually this week, but this is over the last couple of weeks. We went back and watched a couple of movies we'd watched before. The first one was The Hitman's Bodyguard with Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. Mm-hmm. It's a great wee movie.
I tried to watch that. I didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like total actiony, quick-witted banter.
I need to go back to it again.
It's good. It's fun.
Everyone says they like it, but
yeah. Then we watched just for fun. We saw that it was on Prime. We're like, let's watch this then. Charlie's Angels with Kristen Stewart and I think it's directed by Elizabeth Banks as well. Mm-hmm. And Patrick Stewart hams it up as the bad guy. He's not as good as he is. He's a better bad guy in Conspiracy Theory, but he's okay in this one. But it's not that bad a movie. I quite enjoyed it. It wasn't terrible. I mean, it's Charlie's Angels. It's a bit of froth. So
the girl from Doom Patrol's in that as well. Don't know if you've been watching Doom Patrol.
No,
she's in it.
Yeah, I think the other two actresses are English.
That could get them.
Yeah, I think they're English anyway. They sound one of them sounds English. And Elizabeth Banks is good. She plays Bosley, which apparently is a rank and not a person. It's like lieutenant.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah. Is that how they work it out? Is it?
Yeah. I think if they do a sequel, they're going to reveal that Sigourney Weaver is Charlie. Because right now they've got some guy doing an impersonation of John Forsyth, but at the end they kind of tease that it's not actually a bloke. Charlie's a girl. A woman.
Yeah. I liked the originals. I thought they were good with Drew Barrymore and Cameron Diaz.
Fun movies. Yeah, Lucy Liu as well.
Lucy Liu. She's lovely, isn't she, Lucy Liu?
Yeah, she's lovely Lucy. That's from
Lovely Lucy Liu.
It's from WA. Yeah. The lovely Lucy.
She's good in Kill Bill as well.
She is really good in Kill Bill. And Elementary, which I watched for 7 seasons.
Is she in that?
Yeah, she plays Watson. Joan Watson. Really
Elementary, sorry. I thought you were talking about something else. Yeah.
Okay. And then we're watching Republic of Doyle, which I don't think you've ever heard of. Republic of Doyle it's a police procedural. It's about this private eye who helps he works with his dad to solve crimes in St. John's, Newfoundland. But I swear to God, if you were just like me, if you were watching this by not watching it and just listening to it, you would think it was an Irish cop drama.
Right.
But it's got a kind of Bergerac feel to it.
Right.
If that makes
sense.
What's that one? Sure. So here's the other problem as well, is that because we've got Fire TV, a lot of this is hidden. So I think it's on Prime. I think it's actually part of Prime Video, but it's good. It's like they talk about where is he? Oh, he's in the car. It's like this that kind of accent. So it's very
So it was
Irish
Irish.
stuff. And all the incidental music is all accordion and that kind of stuff. Give myself a ding for that. That was terrible.
Oh God.
We'll get letters. Send them to jody@superkellybross.com.
Jeez, no.
Anyway, so Republic of Doyle, very good. And we've also been watching Down to Earth with Zac Efron, which is a documentary.
Oh, I watched one of those. Watched the Iceland one, funnily enough.
Yes, I watched the Iceland one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's a bit of an Iceland kick going on just now.
Yeah.
With Husavik.
Yeah. He's not a natural presenter, but I imagine he's just there for the,
Well, he's there because he's pally with the guy that wrote the book, Dennis.
Yeah,
I think his name is.
It's quite good, but he's not like he's a great. I do really like him as an actor, and I think he's a song and dance man. He's great comedy and all that, but he's not. He is not a presenter. He doesn't come across as.
No. He's not natural. It's not like when you. Do you remember Stephen Fry? Stephen Fry going to America.
Mm-hmm.
That's a natural presenter, yeah. Like he's comes across as being very genuine and nice, and Zac just.
I mean, not that it doesn't come across as nice, but
no, it just comes across as being awkward and like
awkward. It's awkward, an awkwardness.
Yeah.
Aye.
But there's some genuinely funny bits in it where like there's a bit where they go to some waterfall, and they ask the guy.
Oh yeah. Who hasn't a bloody clue?
He's been ranger for the day or something.
Yeah.
You're trying to be ranger, buddy. And he's like, okay. He's like, so how many gallons is it? And the guy goes,
loads.
Lots. And it's just Zac Efron going like this to camera.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
That's funny.
I need to watch more of it because I've only watched that once. It's not very fair to.
You need to watch that. So there's one where he goes to Costa Rica. I mean, a lot of it feels a bit Jolly Boys outing, but he goes to Costa Rica, and we're all sitting watching this television show about him going to these expats who are living off the grid and in a commune they've built themselves, and whatever they grow, they eat. They're completely off the grid, as in they have like a methane plant and all this kind of stuff where they take the poop and they turn it into electricity and gas, and they have this thing where before they eat, they go in a circle and they thank the earth for providing. Now, would you not think that's a cult?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so would I. So we looked it up, and it is. It's a cult. They actually go and they don't mention it at all in the show, but they.
Oh, really?
But yeah, you look it up on Wikipedia, and it's a cult.
Sloan, that's a Super Kelly exclusive.
It is. Let me just ding.
That's a double ding.
A double ding? I can't do double dings that fast.
Well, not at your age.
Oh. So yeah. Anyhow, I thought it was interesting. And we also started watching last night Fear City, New York versus the Mafia, which is also on Netflix.
Oh, that's brand new, though.
Yeah, that's really brand new. I think it came out on Friday.
Mm-hmm. Is that a series?
Yeah, limited. I think it's a limited series. So it's all about the FBI and how they combat organized crime in New York in the 70s and the early 80s. Mm-hmm. And it's great stuff. It's really entertaining. And it's the actual FBI investigators that were there, the actual special agents.
All right, cool.
That were working on it. But every single one of them, they interview them. They've got a bagman in it as well, and he's fantastic. But every single one in the interview, the sort of establishing shot of the interview is them sitting in a Lincoln Continental 1980s and just slow panning around it, and all I can hear in my head is the reprise from Layla. All I can hear. No, not that bit.
Oh, the piano. The piano exit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's all I can hear because it just does this kind of pan around the car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Fantastic! It's really well shot. It's another typical New York, not New York, Netflix documentary. They're good at what they do. There's not as many drone shots in this one, which obviously
disappoint.
I know. Obviously,
I'm not watching it then.
Hallmark of them, but they do a lot of to put up to not have the drone shots, which I think would be kind of not as good with this kind of style of documentary, because I think this is getting a bit artsy now, but I think because it's supposed to be on the streets, they've done this nice thing where like everything's very low level. So like the car establishing shot of the bagman, for example, his one is underneath the Brooklyn Bridge, so you have something towering over him, and like he's in this kind of like dark and dingy bit, and I don't know, it feels a bit more gritty and a bit more real. And I think that's kind of what the effect they're going for, rather than the sort of, let's put a drone shot across Brooklyn. It's like you wouldn't get the same effect, because then you're just looking down like some kind of like god figure, and you just don't get that kind of mean streets kind of feel to it. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Keeping it real.
Keeping it real. All that kind of stuff. And this week we binge watched The Circle USA, which is the US version of the UK reality.
Is that the kind of Big Brother thing, but it's like a kind of social media thing? Yeah, it's quite interesting, that, eh?
It is amazing. And by the way, genius. I mean, clearly this is something that's been. I mean, you don't come up with this idea overnight and then just shoot it. So this is something they've been planning for like 2 years, and it's just come out just as this pandemic's hit, and it feels.
Is that on Netflix?
So well timed. Yeah, they've got the Circle USA, France, and Brazil in Canada. I don't know why they don't have the UK version of it, but they don't have the UK version of it. But the US version is amazing.
All right, because people pretend to be somebody they're not as well, don't they? They're not.
Some people, so you can go into the Circle as yourself, and hopefully you'll win, or you can go in and catfish, essentially, and be someone else. And people have done that. And it's great. Yeah.
And it's like a micro version of real life, really, because people do that.
Yeah.
In real life, like you mentioned, catfish.
Yeah. And to be honest, when you first see it, you think to yourself, this is the worst episode. Actually, you think to yourself, this is a lame rip-off of Big Brother, of Big Brother, but also of Black Mirror, because it's got that kind of nosedive feel to it. But it's also it rips off the music from. This is going way back. Do you remember Doctor Who, the Bad Wolf Doctor Who storyline, where he goes to like channel Chris Eccleston? When he ends up on Big Brother and he goes, "You're live on channel 999. Please don't swear." Right. And he goes, "Oh, like that." That music.
He was only one season, so I should remember that. I was thinking about him as Doctor Who, actually.
What's the planet's Hanover?
He was a good Doctor Who.
He was a good Doctor Who. Well, he was a good doctor. Let's not get into the whole Doctor Who thing. Anyway.
Steady Tiger.
So so the music's from there, and then you meet the contestants, and they are the most unlikable bunch of people you've ever met. They're all like, "Hey guys, look at me," and they're all just like horrible people. But when you get to meet them over the next coming days, they come across as being really nice people. Like this horrible, like, "Oh, I don't like that guy." Or she's awful, or whatever it is, but they actually come across as being nice people. Not just in the text, because the ones that they text is their outward feelings, but then they've obviously got to let us know how they feel as well, so that they've got cameras everywhere, and so they have to tell the cameras, the audience, how they feel as well. And they come across as just being nice people. It's a fascinating.
Well, they're playing a game, aren't they? It's a game.
It's a game, yeah, exactly. And some of them are playing it well, and some of them are playing it.
And if they're willing to hurt each other's feelings,
for a bit of money, for $100,000, who are we to say?
Up to them, yeah.
Whatever it is.
In fact, I've been actually talking of which. I've been listening to a lot of John Nonson's got his audiobooks are on YouTube.
Is
Psychopath
he the
Test.
Butterfly Effect?
No, the men that stare at goats.
I think it's the same guy, John Ronson.
I've read a few of his books, but the audiobooks are on YouTube now. And he's also done one that I was listening to while I was working, called The Elephant in the Room, and it's all about Trump. It's quite a short one, so it's only about 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Other books are about 7 hours long.
Mhm.
And he kind of picks up on Alex Jones, who John Ronson thinks that, I don't know if he's taking a piss, but he says that he is Alex Jones' Simon Cowell. He made him what he is because the two of them broke into Bohemian Grove
All together.
together. And in the book, they did this in real life, where it's said that all these leaders,
they all meet.
They sacrifice things.
It's a drinking club.
Well,
big owl statue in there.
Yeah,
it's a drinking club.
He went. John Ronson, when he went there with Alex Jones was like freaking out, and John Ronson was going round there as a kind of normal person, going, it's a glorified just festival. It's not anything sinister, unless there's something sinister going on in the background. He didn't see it, whereas Alex Jones was freaking out. And it kind of touches on that, and it's pretty good. Also, you had been talking heavily about Modern Family, and we've started watching that again on Netflix.
Right.
And it's just brilliant, love it.
So good. Like every episode is brilliant. Just really well done. And
a quickie that as well, Miracle Workers, which is Daniel Radcliffe TV series. First season, Steve Buscemi's in it. First season was in Heaven. This season's The Dark Ages. Brilliant. You need to watch it. It's fantastic. It's dead funny. It's on. It might be on HBO across the years. Miracle Workers, it's called.
Okay, look at that. Steve Buscemi.
Daniel Radcliffe, Steve Buscemi. Yeah.
So you told me to go and watch Guns Akimbo.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
I did.
Oh.
I have news. So we watched it. It was about a day after the last podcast. That was like 2 weeks ago. Sam and I were looking for something to watch, and she said, "What about this?" And I went, "Yes." And we saw Guns Akimbo. That's a great wee movie.
It was cracking. I loved it.
I thought it was really fun.
I thought so too.
Kind of reminded me of Shoot 'Em Up and Hardcore Henry as well.
Yeah, a wee bit. Yep.
But yeah, it was cool. Yeah, it was a good movie.
Crosswed, probably Hardcore Henry and Edward Scissorhands.
A little bit, yeah.
Especially when he's trying to put his pants on.
Yes. Just about shoots his big toe off.
Aye. Yeah. I thought it was a great. I think he's making great decisions. He's done some great films lately, and that TV show is another great, string to his bow. Definitely.
Yeah. And it was something else I was going to say about what I watched. What was something else? One sec. Let me just pull up Letterboxd.
Talk amongst yourselves, everyone.
Talk amongst yourselves, yeah. There was something else I watched, but I can't remember. And does it really matter?
Nah, probably not.
No, it doesn't.
Nah.
Oh yeah, have you watched The Old Guard yet?
Did
I say I've watched?
Oh no, but you already said it this a few weeks ago. Yeah. Yes, I have.
Didn't like it then?
I've not watched it all. I've watched about half of it.
Pacing problems? Is that what the problem is?
I think don't know why folk are raving about it. You know, it's good so far, but I'm probably more than halfway through it. You know, I'll tell you when I've finished it.
Okay, this is fair enough.
People are saying great things about it, though.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was okay. Shall we do the news?
oh yes.
Oh. Some sad news. Let's start off with this.
What's that news actually?
So yeah, just in the last like 3 days, we've lost 3 greats. Regis Philbin. I don't know if you know that side of the pond much, but I think he's kind of famous everywhere. But he's Mr. Television. He's done the most hours of television by anyone else on the planet. It's like 15 million hours of television.
Really?
Just himself, yeah. Died 88. Peter Green as well. The
Founding member of Fleetwood
Mac. He also died as well. And just in Olivia de Havilland, who played Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind, she's dead at 104.
Do you know, that is bizarre because I watch John Campea, Canadian guy, on YouTube all the time, and he was talking about her and how she's still, you know, she's quite private, but she's still kicking about Hollywood.
Lived in France, I should say.
I'm not thinking the same different person. It was somebody from, no, it's definitely the same person. I don't think she lived in France. I think she still lived in Hollywood.
No,
And she cycles every day.
No.
Not now, but she did. She cycled every day
No.
up to the end.
She lives in Paris. I'm sure she lived in Paris.
All right.
Anyway. She moved to Paris in 1960. So it's not her.
She'd had good innings. 104.
Why? That's a good innings. That is a good innings. That's a century.
If you're into cricket.
If you're into cricket. But luckily we both got that joke, so clearly we are.
I'm not.
I'm not.
Cricket.
No, I don't like it either.
I love it.
Too slow. Really?
NCC. Okay, so
that's right. So yes, sad to hear that we've lost some greats this week.
Yeah.
Some cracking ones. There was I don't know if you watch a lot of YouTube as well, as I do. Do you watch a lot of Red Letter Media? Who remember we tried to make them our nemesi at the start?
Didn't work.
Trampled all.
Try hard enough, I don't think.
Trampled all over us like yesterday's jam.
Well, it didn't even go anywhere, did it? We just mentioned it and then
dropped it. So apparently they've actually got a bit of a feud with William Shatner at the moment, which I thought was quite funny because they did a video about it, and so William Shatner said he doesn't do any podcasts or what you guys call streaming media. But he said something else as well. He said, I'm not going to go on that Red Letter Media. It doesn't look like something I'm going to go on. And so Mike sent him a reply to the tweet saying, hey, don't discount us. We actually do, shows like review, and we do this, that, and the next thing. And he says, oh, I know what you do. And so Shatner replies back and goes, oh, I know what you do. You do those things called podcasts. You do podcasts. And so Mike replies back, what's a podcast? That's the last thing he heard from William Shatner.
But we need to start a feud with William Shatner, really.
We do, yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Or Patrick Stewart. I think we should start a feud with Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Your new show is garbage.
Yeah. You're just a robot.
Mm-hmm. You're just a robot. Spoilers.
Sorry.
Maybe not. I think is Patrick Stewart not the same age as William Shatner now?
No. Are they?
Isn't he?
No, I don't think so. William Shatner's about 80 odd.
William Shatner is 89 years young.
There's no way Jean-Luc Picard is that old.
Patrick Stewart.
He's probably about 60 odd.
Could I guess again?
70 odd.
No.
Age is he?
He's 80.
Away. Is he?
He's 80.
What?
Look it up. He was born in July 13th, 1940. So, in fact,
Yeah.
he just turned
Like
80.
it.
Yeah.
Do you know, when I think of Patrick Stewart now, I think of Logan, though.
Aye. Yeah, I can see that.
I just love it. Love
Maybe
that film.
Logan.
Love that film.
It's a great movie. Should we talk
That's
about
up there.
movies that aren't going to make it this year?
Yeah. It's stacking up now, isn't it?
Yes, Disney has Disney's moved things around in the schedule. Avatar, which was going to be December 2021, is now going to be December 2022, and Star Wars was going to be December 2022 and is now going to be Star Wars 23.
Yeah, this was this trilogy, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is starting the trilogy.
Which nobody knows anything about anyway, so.
Yeah.
Which may or may not even happen.
The biggest thing, though, is that there's another one in here as well. The Last Duel was supposed to be December 20 and is now October 2021, which was a Ridley Scott directed movie for Disney, starring Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. How old is Ridley Scott?
Oh, I know that film. It's
Ridley Scott's 82.
Yeah, he's old, man. Yeah, still directing movies.
Still shouting at people.
Yeah.
The biggest thing, though, is Mulan has been cut from the schedule.
I know.
Like, gone.
Yep. Till next year.
No, I reckon what's going to happen is it's going to end up on Disney Plus.
I don't know. It's too big a movie. I don't think so.
The reason why I think it's going to be on Disney Plus is because they don't have content. It's the same reason that
they don't. It's shocking how I mean how can they keep this going, by the way, without new content? How can they keep this going without new content?
Have you seen Apple Plus?
No, I don't have Plus. Apple Plus.
So we got it for free for a year. And it is shocking how lack of content there, and much there is no content on there. It's incredible. There's like 2 movies and a couple of series.
They've got Martin Scorsese's new movie. You know that?
Have they? They've got a Tom Hanks movie in there called Grounded or something.
Okay, aye. Apparently that is quite a good film, but it's like a one set piece. You know, it's like it could be a play.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a kind of wartime thing. It's set in a boat or a submarine. I can't remember.
It's
like
boat, yeah.
One set.
It's a bottle episode.
Acted from then.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was really weird the fact that they've got rid of Mulan. My guess is that it ends up on streaming. Because
I mean, where's all the kind of WandaVision and all that stuff that was promised?
Don't know. I know. I was really looking forward to WandaVision. I thought it was an interesting.
I may have to cancel until something comes up.
Yeah.
I've got my Mandalorian.
Yeah. It's like $5 a month.
I know. True. It's not that much.
It's not exactly.
We still go to it.
$100 out your wallet every month.
No, I know. We do still go to it, but
yeah.
Come on, Disney Plus. Give us some bloody new content.
So do you watch any? I mean, other than The Mandalorian, other than The Mandalorian and the documentaries, I don't think I watch anything else on Disney Plus. Like I don't watch any of the. Sam watches
They drip feed some new movies though.
Yeah.
Maleficent and stuff like that. So
yeah.
There now, and Frozen 2 and Rise of Skywalker and stuff like that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hamilton as well. That was good.
Really drip feeding. Whereas Netflix are still.
How are they doing it though?
I don't know.
Like how is it possible for them? So Netflix has been around for, let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
They know how to do it, Sloan. That's why.
But they've only been producing stuff for 10 years. Did you know as well? I think you said this to me, but In fact, let me just do it. This one. I don't know if you can hear that. Probably not.
Is that time?
That thing there. That is Frank's ring knock on his desk.
Frank who?
Frank, what's his name from?
Spencer?
No, I'm doing it. House of Cards.
Do you know what? It's terrible if we both do it.
I know. So Frank from House of Cards, he does that with his ring.
As in, wait a minute. Please don't tell me that is Kevin Spacey as Frank.
Yeah.
If that gets out, Sloan.
No, but the reason why they've done it is because that was their first production.
Aye, but still,
Yeah,
if that gets out, and that's his ring knock. Netflix are going down. That's all I'm saying.
Anyway, they've been producing movies for...
This is what this episode's called, by the way. Frank's ring knock.
Okay. That's the best episode title ever.
You said it.
Did I?
I just repeated.
Oh my god. Anywho, completely. Anyway, I don't understand how they.
Well, Specky.
That's what I was going to say. Is I think you'll find they're called spectacles.
I actually wear glasses as well. So.
I know exactly. We're all losing our eyesight.
No, just for reading and driving the car.
Aye. So they've been producing these things for not a long. Recently, this is not. I mean, Disney has a history of almost 100 years of creating content.
Yeah, I know, but they don't have
things out.
They don't have a history of streaming and stuff. You know.
Yeah, but they have the content. Content is king. I read that somewhere.
Yeah, but they've just got old stuff. They're just playing out old stuff. They're not. I don't know what Netflix does, but they seem to be able to. They've got people that can pick. And, you know,
I mean, it could be that model isn't sustainable because I mean, if they're
they're in debt, though, aren't they? Netflix,
yeah,
they're in debt,
trillions of dollars.
Yeah, but at the same time, the stuff that they're coming out just now with, you know, it's not even TV quality; it's movie quality stuff they're coming out with just now. And like you say, is it sustainable?
So this is from
That's
November
2019.
November 2019, Netflix was in debt to the tune of $12 billion.
It's quite a bit.
It's a lot of money. I mean, that's a lot of subscriptions. So, and they bought that film studio as well down in Georgia, which apparently they're going to share with someone else. So,
going down to Georgia.
Gonna eat a lot of peaches.
That's now.
Going down. Eat a lot of peaches, no?
Peaches. That might be it. Aye.
Bought them from a man in a can.
Aye, that's right. That's a great song.
Yeah.
No one ever.
In other news, Universal Studios Florida, Florida is a bit of a hotbed for COVID-19.
Well, I don't know if I've said this to you before, but if Florida was a country, apparently it would be third in the world for the worst COVID cases ever. Deaths.
Yeah.
Then people go to retire in Florida, don't they? Like
they do, yes. Yeah. Exactly. And we're going to go somewhere where we never grow old and we never die. And
then COVID hits. End of movie.
Just remember that the man who said that was 49 at the time.
That's what you told me.
It's true. It's true. Universal Studios, anyway, has cancelled Halloween Horror Nights. So no more Halloween Horror Nights, which was the 30th anniversary this year as well.
Really?
So it was a biggie, and so they've cancelled it. They were still doing construction on the day they cancelled it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think of all the jobs that is going to lose.
Jobs.
What?
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You don't know.
You hear that?
I did.
You hear that?
Wait,
Midnight
what?
snacking.
Is someone
sorry.
getting a Toblerone?
That's what I thought it was. It's not actually. It's chicken for tomorrow.
All right, okay. Crispy chicken.
I can feel it actually. I can feel the freeze. You feel that in your legs? Because the freezer's open.
No.
I can feel it.
Well, I think that's about all we've got as far as news is concerned. Oh no, we've got the Xbox thing. Sorry, we're going to talk about
the biggest one.
Is it though?
We've gone long.
We have gone long. I'll let the affiliates know. So, what did you think of the Xbox reveal? Being a huge PlayStation.
I know. I'm totally. I watched it with glee because it's it was the Halo thing at the start was a total 360 game. It looks like a 360 game, and I was like,
it's bad.
Why open with that if it's not like it's maybe not finished, whatever. But
shipping in 3 months or something.
I know I've criticised before because I've said
criticise my friends. You criticise my ideals.
Pre-rendered movie stuff.
Yeah.
And they're actually showing playable stuff, and I'm criticising that. But everyone's like going, how is this a next generation game?
So
it's rubbish.
For me, what will denote a next generation game for me is when they get shadows right. Because right now, when you have shadows, and they do that thing where the cross hatching moves for no reason, like it doesn't look natural. If they can get rid of that, that'll be next generation for me. Like getting rid of that is huge because it really takes you out of the world. I don't know if anyone knows the hell I'm talking about here, but it's like dancing shadows. It's just awful. It doesn't look right.
Does that happen in Red Dead and stuff like that?
I think so. Yeah. The other thing that got me was there's a bit where Master Chief, the Master Chief is going through this swamp. Excuse me a second, I'm going to have to cough. The Master Chief's going through a swamp, and the grass is popping in and out, like bits of grass is just going up.
Do you know what it was? It wasn't even that. There's a scene in the. I mean, imagine even keeping these scenes in for showing off the machine.
Yeah.
But when they flip from the menu back into the game, and things kind of go and emerge instead of bam, you're in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Kind of, the background is kind of fade in.
Yeah.
And then it kind of it's like it's not an effect. It's like the screen comes up. And then bits of it start fading in the background. You're like,
yeah, that's not good.
That's not cool. Some of the exclusives look quite good though. Can't remember any names. Stuff like that, but
I have several. I have several.
I
took notes about it.
Christ, I was hoping you were.
So the first thing was first up was the Fable one. So this is from Playground Games.
That looks interesting.
Obviously,
that looks good.
They did the old Shrek.
Is that Molyneux? Is that his game? Molyneux.
But I don't think he's involved in this one now.
Yeah, but that's where it started, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes. So Stephen Fry did the voiceover for that. And yeah, they did the joke with the frog eating Tinkerbell.
Yeah, which looks quite funny. But there's no gameplay, is there?
No, there was nothing. It was just that in a title card.
Yeah.
The other one was Everwild, which I kept on talking about the rhythm of the world and all that kind of stuff. I think it's going to be rhythm-based combat in there. That's the one from Rare.
Yeah.
That's their new.
That's a kind of cel-shaded game.
I got.
That looks nice.
Hints of Camino, Elements of Power. Cameo, sorry, Elements of Power. From the original Xbox.
I know what you mean. It looks nice, but it's just a pre-rendered animation.
Yeah. Psychonauts 2 was in there.
Never played that.
I played Psychonauts. It was a good game, but
people are fans of it.
I don't need another one. There was State of Decay 3. State of Decay 3. I mean, sequels. And then what was the other one? Oh yeah, Avowed, which looked interesting. This is from Obsidian Games. That was the one that actually looked more next generation than anything else. Where you do this weird casty thing, and then you it was like, I don't know. It looked a little bit more interesting than the other games.
Yeah, but I mean, it sounds as if they're just going through the same old thing, And how are they going to? How are they going? They announce these things like the visual thing that they were doing. The what do you call that? The augmented reality thing they were trying to do.
Oh yeah, the HoloLens thing.
The HoloLens and stuff.
That was like $3,000 though.
I know, but surely by now they've kind of honed that down a little bit, and that's a great idea. See if they could release something like that, and that was like, right, this is our thing. The HoloLens, Switch have got their thing. PlayStation are furrowing down their thing, which is just the same old thing they've furrowed down for years. Xbox are trying to catch up with that, but not quite getting there, and now they're doing the same thing again. It's like making them same mistakes
over and over again. Right? I'm half expecting them to go, oh, and by the way, there's a Kinect built into it. I mean, why not have virtual reality? Why not be that your unique selling point? Like, I don't. There's nothing.
Not really went that well for PlayStation.
Yeah, there's well, that's true.
Expensive.
There's nothing. There's nothing I've seen that I would be like, oh man, I have to day one that Xbox console.
Nah, definitely not.
Definitely not. The Halo game looks like it's the Halo game that I've played through 1, 2, and 3, and then I stopped playing after that. And Fable,
textures are really basic and stuff.
It just didn't look good. Sorry, 343, but I know some people who work out there, and I'm really sorry, guys. But
do you? God. Well, graphically, it doesn't look good, and we're not the only ones saying it. Sorry.
I mean, it felt like a rush demo, and rush demos never look good.
But why show it then? That's what
because they needed it for the demo.
I know, but if it looks that bad, just does not look next gen at all. At least PS5 everything looked next gen. Although it was bloody cinematic, bloody trailers, right enough, which is a pain in the arse. I hate that.
Yeah, you want something else.
I want gameplay. I want to be showing gameplay. And at this stage, when things are getting released pre-Christmas,
but I think,
showing things like
that. I know. Sorry, my eyes starting to fade now. I think the problem I have with this next generation stuff is they're going for this raw power. Look at what we can do with graphics, and I'm not seeing that at all from the Xbox. Like it's not there. And there was one as well where it was some platformer. I can't remember. There was so many games that came and went. I'm like, eh. One was from Square Enix. It was a platformer, and it just looked like every other 3D platformer from PlayStation 1, like Spyro type stuff. And I'm like, who cares?
Inject something different.
I know.
That's what I want to see.
There's nothing.
I want to see a kind of cinematic type platformer. You know what I mean? That's what I'd like to.
I mean, there was one, the Medium,
or see.
The Medium, where there was it the Medium? I think it was the Medium, where it was like two different worlds. That looked.
That looked good. Yeah, that did look good. So there's a separate, a kind of light and dark. That did look good actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
and you control both at the same time.
Mhm.
I think
So. Yeah.
I think the parallel worlds are happening at the same time,
Yeah.
which you could never do. That's interesting. Yeah,
Mhm.
that is interesting. Yep.
Reminding me of Great Gianna Sisters Twisted World. But
Yeah.
that was the name of the game. And then there was a Forza game to keep all the Forza fanboys happy.
Well, they're good games, aren't they?
Yeah.
Supposed to be.
That looked amazing. But then again, so
Dave's
did
got those.
Gran Turismo 2 on the PlayStation 2 or whatever it was called.
My oldest son, he's an Xbox guy, and he's got Forza and stuff like that. He says they're great.
Yeah.
He loves the driving games and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was it. Nothing there made me think I was going to buy an Xbox. I was looking forward to it. I was like, maybe I should buy the next generation console, and I'm like, I don't want to buy the PlayStation 5 because it comes in white, and that's just a big dirt magnet. And I don't want to buy the Xbox.
Not a good reason for not getting it.
I know it's not a good reason for not getting it, but it's not going to fit under my TV.
It's a bloody that
Stadia.
That tower thing.
Oh, I know. Which apparently it can go on the side as well, but if it does go on the side, then how does the air cooling work?
What is it? They call it it's a choice between the router and the fridge, mini fridge.
Yeah, it really does look like a router. It's really bad.
Yeah, so that's your choice.
Yeah, I'll wait for the next Nintendo system.
I dare say I'll be PS5.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't have an Xbox or a PlayStation this console, so I don't know. Maybe I won't bother getting one again.
Never say never.
Stick with my Switch.
Switch is good, apart from issues I've had. Anyway, you haven't had those issues yet, but hopefully you don't.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, I think we're done now.
Yeah.
So remember, I'll put a link below for the old merch. Smash that like button. Hit the subscription button, the notification bell as well to get timely reminders when we upload these new videos, and all the top 10s and top 5s and all that good stuff that we do. Thank you very much for listening. Leave a comment below as well. Oh, and there's show notes as well, the links to other things. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Jody, what you want to...
Get involved, share, and we'll keep it coming. Thank you for watching.